'Tis of a young maiden this story I'll tell, and of her young lover and what them befell. Now her lover been a captain what sailed the blue sea, and these here be the circumstances attending the departure of he. Now the vessel he sailed on were called the Hammer Jane. For in honor of she that he gave her that name, so that when he be sailing all over the sea, the winds in the rigging might mind in of she. With a boatload of shingles, this here captain sailed away from his true love all on one summer day. And he ne'er more been heard from, nor his vessel so brave. So it was figured pretty generally that he met a watery grave. Each cold, stormy evening, all down by the sea, Hammer Jane sat a-waiting for he. One cold, stormy morning, her body been found. So it was figured pretty generally she'd gone crazy and drowned. Well, he carried her up to the old burying ground, and he sawed up a headstone telling where she'd been found. And over her grave he sawed a willer tree, so the winds in the willer might mind her of he. Not very long after these things had occurred, a stranger come to town where Hammer Jane been interred, and he asked of the sexton where Hammer Jane would be. And he answered by pointing to yon willer tree. Now the next morning early, alongside Hammer Jane, he found his cold carcass insensible laying. And in his vest pocket were a handkerchief of hern, so it was figured pretty generally 'twas the captain had returned. So they buried him there in a grave right close by her, and over his grave they sawed a wild briar. Now the winds and the willers mixed the sound of the sea, and the wild briar riding round it, that's in memory of me.